All right, we are on the record in the matter of the guardianship of Garrett Dosch. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Dosch.
Dosch, I did it again. Garrett Dosch. 99G020357. Ms. Mikesell, go ahead.
Elizabeth Mikesell, barn number 8034 for Mr. Garrett Dosch.
Good morning and welcome. All right, let's confirm counsel and our guardian ad litem, Ms. Brickfield, go ahead and confirm your appearance.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry about that. Elizabeth Brickfield, bar number 6236, on the guardian ad litem for Garrett Dosch.
Good morning. Ms. Goldsmith.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dara Goldsmith, bar number 4270. I'm counsel for Garrett Dosch's twin brother, Travis Dosch, and his wife, Melody Dosch. So his brother and sister-in-law.
Okay. Good morning and welcome. And Ms. Hardwick?
Yes, I'm here from J.K. Nelson Law. I represent Edith Dosch, and my bar number is 16407.
Okay. Good morning and welcome. And Mr. Black?
Hello, Your Honor. My name's Rick Black. I'm the Executive Director of CEAR, the Center for Estate Administration Reform, and we advocate for victims of fraudulent adult guardianships. I'm also a friend of the family. I've been asked to join this hearing by the ward, Garrett Dosch.
Okay. Good morning and welcome. The matter before the court is the sixth. This is a hearing for the sixth accounting. That's the matter that's on calendar. There was a notice of non-compliance issued on September 13th, 2023. The last hearing that was held was on May 4th, 2023. There were no objections at that time as to the accounting. Ms. Brickfield noted at that time that there was no report of guardian, and certainly that would be part of the orders from today, is that a report of guardian would be filed as well. There were other issues discussed, and certainly we can have some discussion in regards to some of those items. I did see that Ms. Brickfield had filed an objection or opposition to the sixth accounting. Some of the issues that she identified in that filing appear to follow up on some items that were discussed at the May hearing. That included update some clarification regarding an insurance policy, a desire to communicate with the protected person that was voiced at that time and is voiced again today. But let me start by hearing from Ms. Mikesell as it relates to the sixth accounting. Any issues or objections that you lodged with the court?
No, Your Honor. I understand that this case has been ongoing for a long time and it's been contentious. I came into the matter last year. I took over the handling of the case. I don't have any overwhelming objections or concerns about the accounting. The guardian has an accountant who's taking care of it for her. I understand that Ms. Brickfield filed an objection maybe yesterday. I haven't really had a chance to look at it. But I would ask that the report of guardian be filed. I think that would probably answer a lot of any questions that are pending. My client's very happy living with his mother, so.
Okay. All right. As the guardian ad litem, Ms. Brickfield, anything, that objection did come in, I believe, just yesterday. So, anything else you wanted to add?
And I do apologize, Your Honor, for the late filing, and I'll avoid that in the future. I think I articulated my concerns there. I joined Ms. Mikesell in saying that an updated report of the guardian as to the person would be helpful to everyone, particularly with regards to Mr. Dosch's medical care. There's nothing in the report that indicates he's even been seen by the doctor since sometime in COVID. There's nothing in the accounting that indicates any kind of expenditures. As I noted, I'm also concerned about the issues relating to the expenditures, not necessarily these expenditures, but expenditures, for example, for clothing or for communication devices or anything like that that would make Garrett's life more expansive and.
Okay, great.
And
Thank you.
visit with my client and the protected person. I'd just like to get an opportunity to, talk with him and his counsel, see how he's doing, and that would be helpful.
Okay. Since that hearing in May, I know you made a request at that time to set up some type of a Zoom meeting with Mr. Dosch. Are you? The implication.
Come over here.
The implication I have is that you have not been able to do so since that time.
It has not happened, Your Honor, and I have no indication that it has happened, no recollection that it has happened. I know we've all been busy, but it's almost a year later, so I'd just like to get it done.
Right.
Sorry, Your Honor. I don't remember. I mean, I remember being at the last hearing, but no one's reached out to me regarding meeting with my client.
Okay. All right. I believe we have Ms. Dosch. Do we have you here?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. All right. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Ms. Hardwick, anything you wanted to add?
No, just the late filing last night. I haven't really had a chance to review that either.
Okay. And any follow-up information regarding that insurance policy? There was some desire for clarification as to what the nature of that insurance policy. I believe the representation was made that it was some type of an accident policy.
It does have a death benefit, though, I discovered.
Okay. Has that documentation been shared with
Yes.
Ms. Mikesell and Ms. Brickfield?
Hopefully, it was given to my attorney.
Okay. Have you received?
I'll have to follow up with my client and make sure that that's been provided.
No, I haven't seen it.
I have not received it.
All right. So both Ms. Mikesell and
Well,
Ms.
I'll make sure we
Brickfield
get that to them.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Ms. Goldsmith, on behalf, you're representing siblings of Mr. Dosch, is that correct?
Correct. I represent his twin brother as well as his sister-in-law. And my client has been able to have telephonic communication, but he is still not being given the opportunity to meet with his brother in person. And that was something that we've been trying to work on for quite some time. I'm interested to see the report of person to see if there's anything in there that leads me to why this cannot happen. But he is advised by his mother and the guardian that due to COVID, Garrett should not be seeing people.
Okay.
No,
And I'm
that is
curious if
not-
that's...
All right, Mr. Black, anything you wanted to add?
My client would like to see his brother, not be limited to simply talking with him.
Right,
Well,
Mr.
the
Black?
problem is his brother is here and his brother doesn't want to see him.
Okay. Mr. Black, anything you wanted to add?
Yes, Your Honor, because we went through this 5 years ago, when Ms. Dosch won the guardianship over the CPA who was criminally convicted for stealing $300,000, the previous guardian of estate, stealing $300,000 from Mr. Dosch. Ms. Brickfield set up the requirements for visitation. It was to reciprocate between Las Vegas, where Travis apparently lives, and Death Valley, Nye County, where Garrett lives, that they would visit one or another reciprocately at least once per month. Ms. Dosch and Garrett made the trek into Charleston Avenue and met with Travis now 5 years ago, and Travis never reciprocated with a visit out to the farm in Nye County, where Garrett has resided for his lifetime since he moved to Vegas. So I'm rather disappointed with the disingenuous comments made by both Ms. Brickfield and Ms. Goldsmith, but quite frankly, I'm not surprised.
All right, again, the limited issue before me today is the 6th accounting. I am ordering that a report of Guardian be filed. Apart from that, in terms of the accounting, kind of dialing back to that issue that really is squarely before me, and any objection or issues to the accounting?
I don't have any objections, Your Honor. I understand that there was a question about that insurance payment. I would note that the ending balance is more than the beginning balance, so, and that the expenditures are things that Garrett likes to do, go on his ATVs and be his house, so I don't have any concerns or objections.
The only issue identified in the report from the compliance office relates to what appear to be 3 $500 distributions that were not accounted for. I know there is an issue that Judge Marquis had identified with respect to guardianship fees. That remains out there. Certainly I'm not adjudicating or
What
approving
do they
that.
want? What is that?
But that being said, any reason not to approve the 6th accounting that's been offered by the
I have no reason.
Guardian? Ms. Brickfield? In that
Well,
regard,
Your Honor,
understanding I will order a report of Guardian that should detail.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. I have no other concerns other than to see what that policy actually is. And also, I would just like to simply to see the invoice relating to the expenditure for eyeglasses, it appears to be, just to see that one invoice.
Okay. Ms. Dosch, do you have that invoice for the eye exam that?
No,
received?
I do not have it with me.
Is that something you believe you can obtain?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so if you can obtain that, my order will be that you obtain that and provide that to Ms. Brickfield. I'm ordering Ms. Hardwick, if you'll also follow up and make sure that the insurance policy information is sent to the Protected Persons Council, Ms. Mikesell, and also to the Guardian ad litem, Ms. Brickfield. There's not a basis for the court to really entertain other relief as part of this accounting. There are other petitions that are pending before the court. And so I will, if you'll submit an order approving that 6th accounting with those clarifications, and also recognizing that the court is accepting essentially the calculations of the accounting, and any issue with respect to guardian fees is something that is deferred. Judge Marquis had made it clear that certainly in this case it may be appropriate for those type of fees, and I'm not suggesting if those amounts are appropriate or not appropriate. That's not really germane to what I'm doing today. But ultimately a specific petition, a detailed petition would need to be filed as it relates to those guardian fees. She remarked on that at that time. That still remains the case today before me, but otherwise I will approve the accounting and defer on that issue. You had a question, Mr. Black?
Yeah, I just wanted, thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to draw the court's attention to the Guardian's report that was filed with the court on May 24th of 2023. While one would be due certainly in June or July, the annual review date for this guardianship, one was indeed filed when in preparation for this annual accounting.
Your Honor, if I could address just 2 comments and ask for something. That annual report of the Guardian was from July 26th of 2021 through July 25th of 2022. We're now in January of 2024, so one, as you pointed out, is overdue. Number 2, with regard to the invoice for the eye examination, I just would want to qualify that my request is not to see the credit card statement. I have no doubt that there was a payment, but to see the actual invoice. And also, I will be following up with the May 24th, 2023 issue about visitation. So I will reach out to Mr. Nelson's office and Ms. Mikesell about that.
Okay, so Ms. Hardwick, if you'll follow up to see if you can identify the specific invoice. Part of the order today is to require that there is a report of guardian updated file. I'd like some specific reference in that report to update the court on the protected person's medical status and how he's doing in that regard. I'm certainly not aware of any issues, but I'd like to know how Garrett has been doing from a health standpoint. If he's needed any type of medical care or treatment, that should be included as part of the report of guardian. So if you'll submit Ms. Hardwick a conforming order in that regard, and we'll proceed along those lines. I appreciate everyone's appearances and participation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.